I'm mad. I just tried to do a review of this album, and I got 10 minutes into the review. My sister walked in and started making a bunch of noise, so I stopped it. Restart. Great. Thank you, Katie. But anyways, I got inspired to do a Clash album review because my friend Ryan, he reviewed Lonely Calling. And it was a good review, so I was like, I'm inspired. I want to do a Clash album because, I love the Clash. So I'm going to do Sandinista, their 4th album. And it's a great album, And Ryan, who reviewed Lonely Calling, he actually bought me this album. And it's a hard album to find. It was like $20, so it was expensive for a CD. So thank you, Ryan, for that. Mwah. But the Clash are my favorite band, and when I got this album, I actually haven't heard it all the way through. Like I've heard a few songs, like The Magnificent Seven, Magnificent Seven, Please On My Back, The Call Up, songs like that. But I haven't listened to the album of all its glory. At first, there's 2 discs on this album because it's a double album. Well, technically it's a triple album because when it was released at the time of 1980, it was still on vinyl, obviously, and it was considered a triple album because it was 3 records. It's 36 songs, a lot of songs. So, but in CD term, it would be a double album. But whatever. Let's talk about disc 1. And when I first listened through disc 1, it didn't really get my attention that much. It was very strange. It was very just weird. I don't know. I was just like, okay. But when I sat down, really listened to it, and read through the lyrics, I was like, yeah, I really started to fall in love with it. Some notable songs, all the songs, of course. I always say this, all the songs are notable, but here's my personal favorite. The Magnificent Seven, opening song for the album. Couldn't have chosen a better song. It's great, funky, it's awesome. Another song I like, The Leader. It's a rockabilly song. It's awesome. That guitar riff, ooh, sweet. Rebel Waltz. I have to talk about this song for a minute. Rebel Waltz. This is beautiful. Like some songs you can't describe any other way. It's just a beautiful song. It immediately puts pictures in my head, and I could be wrong on this, because you know how a lot of songs are up for interpretation. I think people make interpretations of what songs mean. And the Clash is not really like that. They're pretty straightforward. They're very political, and they're very left-wing politics, and they talk about it in their songs a lot. They talk about social issues a lot, so it's not really up for interpretation. But this song, I think, is, just beautiful. It has a minute intro of this instrumental, beautiful instrumental, and the song, I don't know if this was what Joe Strummer was going for when he wrote this, but the words and the melody, this puts a mental image in my mind of this battlefield. People are blowing up, shit is blowing up, people are dying, and the soldier, all he can think about is his girlfriend, his love back at home, and he sees her face up in the trees, in the fire. That's all he can think about. His buddies are being blown up, and all I can think about is his girl, and it's beautiful. I don't know, I could be totally wrong on that, but that's my interpretation. Also, I have to mention Joe Strummer's voice is excellent on this album. It's so, Joe Strummer, a lot of people don't consider him to have a good voice, which is true. He doesn't have a great singing voice, but who cares? It doesn't. I don't think people need a good voice. But if they really mean the words that they are singing, I think it's effective. And I think Joe Strummer's voice is very effective. He means every word he sings. But anyways, his voice is really good on the sound. Very effective. And it's very emotional. I like it. Another great song on this album, this song, Up in Heaven, Not Only Here. This song is so good. It starts off with this awesome guitar riff that plays throughout the song, and the song, the meaning is about these broken down slum real estate, shitty apartments back in London that they're singing about, that elevators are broken down, and the windows are bust out, and people are living here, the working class. That's the thing about the Clash, they're very sympathetic for the working class. And it's awesome because, they came from working class. That's why punk rock, many people say, oh, it's freedom, it's whatever you feel, you can be conservative, be punk rock. True, but really punk rock, the roots came from this working class people. My brother was saying this, and it's true. It's really, it's kind of a left-wing music genre. A lot of music's left-wing, but punk especially, most. But anyways, so it's about like these shitty apartments that working class are living in. And the Clash, they didn't really have a lot of money then. Like, even at their height of their careers, they didn't have a lot of money. They sold their albums for really cheap. They let people come in their concerts for free. They just didn't care about money. And it's not like, and they didn't live like in like caves and stuff. They probably had decent apartments or a nice house. Like, nothing like rock and rollish, but like they definitely didn't live in like slums like this. What they're singing about in Up in Heaven. So if they wanted to, they could just forget about all that. Be like, hey, we're rock and roll stars. We don't need to worry about that. But they do, because they that's where they came from. They don't forget about that. They don't forget about those people. They don't forget about their audience. It's great. I love the Clash for that. Corner Soul, the next song, amazing song, beautiful. The last song on this disc, The Sound of Sinners, is a gospel song. This thing about the Clash, they've covered like pretty much every genre of music there is. Hip-hop, jazz, blues, rockabilly, rock, punk rock, funk, and gospel. Reggae, ska, they covered like all the genres. It's crazy. So yeah, the first disc, amazing. I left out a few good songs I didn't mention. Like, all the songs are good. But, yeah. Disc 2 I don't think is as effective as disc 1, but still good. Some notable songs, Police on My Back. A lot of people know that. It's a cover. But the thing about the Clash, like, they take old songs from like usually the 50s or 60s and make them their own. It's great. They're great at covers. This is falling out. The Call Up is good as a single. Washington Bullets, very political, very weird. It kind of has an African music feel. It's cool though. Lose the Skin is actually it's a great song, but none of the Clash members sing it. It's a friend of Joe Strummer's, Time and Dog. He sings it, and he plays the fiddle in it. It's an amazing song. He has a killer voice. Charlie Don't Surf is great. Junkie Slip is weird, kind of funny, but it's great. The Street Parade is awesome. Virgin City. The last like 5 songs on this album, they're all sung by who is it? Like there's a man, like a musician who was with them in the recording of Sandinista that sang on the last 5 tracks. It was either, here we go. Mickey Dread, something like that. And the last 5 songs are like really like genuine reggae songs. Maybe something else, but like I don't really care for them that much because I don't know. I like the Clash singing usually, so I don't really care for that chunk of songs that much. They're cool to listen to, but like they're not really replayable, But out of those, there is one that's not. It's Career Opportunities, and that was a song on the first album, really heavy punk song. But in this version, it's sung by kids. It's weird. I don't really care for it, but they're experimenting, whatever. Who am I to say what they're supposed to do? But that's Sandinista. It's a great album. It's considered their flawed masterpiece because there is little things that are like I wish they didn't do on the album, and I'm sure people I'm sure even they say the album could have done without a few songs, and there is a few songs that I'm like those. I think they might have. They're not as great. They don't hold up as the other songs, I don't think they're filler. I don't think they would ever put songs just to put songs on an album. But there is a few songs that everybody could live without. But overall, out of 36 songs, at least like 28 are like worth listening to. You know, that's pretty good. I mean, it's a fantastic album. It's like probably my second favorite Clash album. You know, one being of course London Calling. But yeah, it's a great album. Definitely recommend listening to it if you got the time. It's long, but yeah, it's amazing. I feel like I'm missing out on something I should say. Nope, I guess not. But yeah, this album's brilliant on every single level. So yeah, Sandinista, check it out.